What?
Yeah,
Who's that?
it's Butt Commando 21. He's hosting a lobby at Homestead.
Oh? And what, iRacing?
No, on here.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you could give yourself that name on iRacing.
No!
I think some leagues actually do give nicknames, so you could probably be Butt Commando in the league.
Oh, that would be so fucking funny.
So yeah, we are live now.
Oh, perfect. Shout out again to Butt Commando. God, what a way to start the lead or start the league on Saturdays. But good afternoon, good night. I don't know what time it is for anybody that's watching this, but it is currently 9:15. We're running a little bit behind schedule, but this is the Phantom Racing League, and I believe this is the first race of the playoffs, Timmy?
The second one, because we ran Gateway last week.
That's right. Yeah, so this is the second race at Auto Club. And as always, my brother Timmy in the booth with me tonight.
I'm very excited for tonight. We got a heater here, Auto Club. We got a field of 13 cars. Anyone could win it. It's gonna be fun.
And that's the biggest field we've had in a hot minute.
Yes, sir.
And Parley, who's trying to keep his championship hopes alive. I don't know if he's knocked himself out yet. I know he said it was going to be iffy with his schedule that he has IRL, but right now it looks like Kari's sitting on the pole from what it looks like on my screen. It's going to be Parley behind him in second. We're getting the invites in from literally everybody. So we'll definitely be able to join whenever they go live. But yeah, 13 cars. This is going to be awesome. We're definitely going to have to keep our eyes on through the field because, as you know, in this league, everybody is really very few duds, especially with the newcomers that are coming in, like TCR Condi, who's a newcomer this
Our
year,
most
who's,
recent winner.
won last week.
Mm-hmm. He's on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, and he's starting third. So, no, we should be seeing a pretty good race tonight. 10 seconds until we scratch that. Hoffman Cruz back. Big Dog Turner back in the field tonight in the 41. That's good to see.
Got B News Stu in the 42. Came close to winning in his debut race at Talladega. He's in the field tonight. He's in the 42, rolling off on the inside row number 4. He's P7. So curious to see what he's able to do against this caliber of field at a non-super speedway type of field. Curious to see what the 55 car can bring. Keith has been kind of figuring it out lately. Like he's been running some of the best races I've seen him run in quite a while. With getting a stage win at Talladega, I know I've been hyping him up, but he looked really good last week at Gateway too.
Yeah,
It's all going to come down to closing out those races because you could have those great runs, but if you're not able to finish them off, what good is it going to be? So that's kind of the last hurdle that guys like him need to overcome.
yeah, and track bars in the field in the 12. Very few races under his belt.
Oh, Ed though qualified fourth.
Oh, they're saying to join. Yep, they're going live. Harley keeps sending me a message, so
Yeah,
just
it's
opens up
kinda-
his message.
Counterproductive. Parley, if you're listening to this in the future, you don't have to tell us. We could see it.
Oh boy, here we go. Just watch live.
Got onboard camera from Hoffman Crew making his second start tonight in the 48 Ally Chevrolet.
Yeah, gonna be on the 24 Parley. Hopefully he can keep that thing up front and make our lives easier. Right now he is on the outside of Kari. Kari looking to increase his points position as they run. We're green flag. Kari and Parley. That's going to be fun to say. Kari trying to take the lead. He does. Clears the 24. Moves up in front. Knows that the outside line's going to have the run, and he's quick to jump up and cover it. I want to get a quick rundown of the points here real quick.
Ooh, Ed all the way up to the top lane. The very top. You don't see that ever really used here at Auto Club. As much as you probably should, like in the real life track that no longer exists. Rest in peace, Auto Club Speedway. But those definitely second, third lanes are definitely viable options. As Condi is now clearing himself across the nose of the 24 car for second place. And he might bring along some friends. Shackett in the 19, Johnny Boy in the 16, lining up right behind the 24. See Hoffman in the 48 making up some ground here. He started a little deep in the field, this 48 machine. He's already up a few places from where he started. So I believe he started 11th, and he's already gained about 3 spots. He's got Rick Slick behind him. And this, once again, Rick Slick starting shotgun on the field, missing qualifying, starting from the back. He's also going to be one marching forward as well. As looking 3 wide for second place.
Yeah, for a little bit. Now it's looking 2 wide for the lead if Parley can keep that run going, but the outside just too good here at Auto Club. And right now the 2 cars that are the most interesting is the leader of Kari and the 19 of Shackett. Right now 2 points separating these 2 drivers in the playoff standings right now through the first round. We know that there's a tiny bit of rivalry. We don't want to delve into that too much, but definitely 2 guys to keep our eyes on. Oh, Parley's made a very aggressive block on the 19. Cut across the nose, killing the 19's run, and he's going to drop 3 spots as he was in the trying to get by the 43, trying to double down and take Parley too. But now he drops to the tail end of the top 5. Actually drops out of the top 5. He's in 6th. So battling for second all the way to 6th in, well, 1 corner.
And already these packs are being split into 2.
Yeah, Rick Slick leading that second pack. Jumped up, gave the 48 a Hoffman room, so he's going to come through and try and take that spot away. But unfortunately, the help goes with Rick. So that just means the 48 is going to drop down behind the 45 or 55. 12 forced up high is to not make contact with the 48. This group will reset. Meanwhile, the group up front getting racy for position is, the 19 of Shack Attack trying to make up the ground he lost, trying to get by the 24 of Parley. Side by side for third.
Tight there, the 16 and the 42.
Oh, and now we're 3 wide.
3 wide. Down the back and into turn 3. That's going to leave Condi out, and my phone is ringing.
Johnny Boy up to the 3rd position and looking to close in on the top 2 as they run. Right now, though, Parley and Kari The nursery rhyme from Phantom. Out front. Kari leading it from the drop. 7 laps completed, a 29 here in stage 1. Well, now that everybody's single file, I want to go back to the points here just real quick. If phone wants to work. But yeah, Condi sitting currently 3rd in the 43s and 3rd place in the points. About 10 behind the 19 of Shack Attack. The Condi, a late bloomer, came on the scene late, so really making his presence known. 1 point behind him is that 16. It's worth 3 wide for the lead. The 24, 22, and 19 do battle for position 1. Right now, Parley has the edge only by a nose. He will lead that lap. But the 19 has the help of the 16. No one else has helped. That'll put the 19 of Shack Attack to the point, and we're 3 wide for second. Oh, contact between Parley and the 16. Oh, Johnny Boy losing out. We're about to be 3 wide again for the lead. Kari and Parley with a run. The 19 might just be able to. We're looking to go 4 wide. The 43's on the apron. He couldn't hold it. Had to come back up. The 19 escapes with the lead. Crazy action at Auto Club as we complete lap number 9 and on to lap 10. What will we see? The 22 might have the run here off of 2. 24, though, going to get the help from the 43 of Conti. Or Condi, sorry. I don't know why I emphasized the T in there, but doesn't matter. The positions do not change as the 22 now actually falls down to 4th. The 24 settles back into 2nd, trying to get the run again to have a shot at Shackett in the 19.
Yeah, we got ourselves quite a change up here at the front that I definitely saw and didn't walk out and missed.
We were 4 wide for the lead, dude.
I hope I got that, because I walked out of the booth for a minute. I had to go take care of something, but
I was gonna say, if you're following anyone on the top 4, you got it.
yeah, I think so. I don't know. We'll look later.
Well, you can get this. Parley jumps up, has a run, could take the lead away from the 19, as the outside usually carries the momentum out of corners, and they do. The 19 has to save it on exit. He'll drop back to the 4th spot. So Shack Attack getting a little time to lead here at Auto Club, as we are coming to lap 13 here in stage 1. 16 coming down pit road. Green flag pit stops underway. Old Johnny Boy leads this first as I think it was just, oh, the 12 actually came down the lap before, honest, to be fair. It was a 3, a K2, and the 77.
Oh, Kari going all the way down to the apron, him and the 19. I wonder if they're trying to signal or not. And if not, that is quite an exciting battle we got on our hands amongst the top 4. I'm going to keep an eye on these guys. We'll see if they come in or not. Condi's on the apron. Parley is. Kari is. That is a yes.
Yep.
Condi. Rig Slick in the 99. Sent and delivered. I'll keep an eye on that, see if that stands. Pit road is busy.
Yeah, it looks like a caution came out, but no, it's just green flag cycle. Everybody just had the same idea that time. now we wait to see where that 16 will fall out. If they're pitting a lap before the leaders. The leaders now coming off of pit road.
And
The
what
16 having...
Sorry, I'm just impressed with that stop by the 99. He was in that second group. And he sent that thing without a care in the world and gained so much time on entry. And came out with the 19.
I'm impressed with the 16 because the 16 now is the leader.
Yes, the short pit pays off for the 16 of old Johnny Boy, but for how long?
It's only a lap, so...
Could be
and
good
we
enough.
know old Johnny Boy has that top 5 speed.
Mm-hmm. And Johnny Boy usually not one to shy away from a short stop opportunity. He's usually one to take advantage of those whenever that opportunity arises, and he's able to do that in full colors tonight as he is now in the lead. Both Parley and Kari, who have actually gapped the 43 Akandi, as that group has now gotten themselves separated from him. And now we got a
43
lead change.
Capped himself in the 19. The Phantom Nursery rhyme of Kari and Parley.
Oh, we got a car in the grass. Couldn't tell who that was. I think that was Hoffman Crew. Speaking of which, I gotta read something he put out in the chat pre-race. That could be an interesting storyline. He says he put a bounty, or he says there is a bounty on the 42.
Ha!
I don't know if he's the one that put it out there. I'm just don't want to throw anything out, but word on the street is that Binu Stu has a bounty on his head, as he has now come down to pit road, as is the 3, the 77 of K2. Ed, though,
right now the leader is that 24 Parley. Looking to just get it to the end of stage 1. I think Kari and Parley really just want to settle it between themselves today. We know that Parley needs a win here. He wants to extend his playoff hopes into round 2.
got some takers on pit road again. 99 of Rick Slick doubling down on the pit road entry. And I think the 43 Akandi was probably freaking out if he was looking in his mirror, because look at how close those two got together.
I was going to say, so it's 2 mandatory pit stops, huh?
I guess so. I'm kind of surprised by that, because I thought that
yeah,
these
I was going to
could,
say, they can make it to the end of stage 1.
Like, the fuel tanks in these cars could definitely... Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't ran this track in a while, so I don't know how long they run, but... Well, it looks like the 43 is already out of the pits. The 19, the 99, I think that one might have been a bit too much for Rick Slick, because that was a very long stop.
I was going to say, these 3, now that they're in a group, could stand to stretch this thing all the way out.
And if you stretched it this far, if it is a 2-tire stage, you can just take fuel only. I think the tires are good enough to last.
Right now, though, we currently have 10 laps to go. In stage 2, we're assuming we're waiting on these 3 leaders to make their second pit stop.
And we got quite a few, at least our top 6. You got the top 3 on your screen right now. Hoffman Crew is currently scored in 4th place. He's about 7.5 ahead of Track Bars in the 12. Big Dog Turn in the 41 also in 6th place, hasn't made his second stop quite yet. And you got TCR Condi right there in the number 43 on an island of his own right now, kind of waiting it out, seeing how his strategy will unfold.
Because
And
right now
the
the leader
signaling
is
commences.
signaling their pitting.
It's going to be all three of them. And what a move by old Johnny Boy to take advantage of the short pit on the first stop and to hitch a ride to the top two, and now he's going to pit with him. This was well executed by the 16.
That's why he's sitting so high up in the points, is because he always can find a way to do really good things to keep that car in the top 5. If he's not having a good day, he can find a way to get that car back up front. Well, let's see what happens here on this pit stop. See if he can replicate what happened on the first stop. As I can't tell you who the leader is right now because all I'm getting is pit road graphics.
Currently, it is the 48, because he has yet to make his second stop.
Oh, so the 48 of Hoffman might be trying to run it late. Run it all the way to the stage, do a quick gas and go, see if he can keep himself up front. Because we know the fuel tank, or at least we think the fuel tank can make it.
Condi had his hands full trying to get around the 41. Almost played right into his hands, but the 24 just a little bit better on his stop. Gets him just about a few car lengths ahead, but the good news for Condi, he's got the slipstream. He's going to be just about as strong, if not stronger, by the end of the straightaway. So this stage will come down between these two.
So here's the question. What happened to Kari?
I don't know. I wonder if he might have taken... We're so unprepared tonight. I apologize. I feel so lost right now. I wasn't sure. My question is, what did the 24 take on his stop? Was it like fuel only 2 tires? Because that might have been the difference.
I was gonna say, because old Johnny Boy's not near Kari, and Kari's not even close to Parley. Like they are so widely separated right now.
So Johnny's coming across the start-finish line now.
Okay, so the 22 lost heavily on him. He had to have gotten a penalty. Ain't no way.
He's entering turn 1 now.
16.
Well, not really, because he's not. He would be way further behind if he got penalized.
True.
The 16, on the other hand, hard to tell, because he lost even more time.
Yeah. Right now we go back to the front as we are coming across the line to 5 to go, side by side for the lead. Condi and Parley, we're doing another nursery rhyme. It's at least a little easier and has more consonants in it, but right now Condi with a little bit of run off of, turn 2, Parley squeezing him. Condi up against the wall. Gives Parley the run on the inside. And Parley will retake the lead as they come now to 4 to go. The 43 has the run. Where will he take it? He tries to go low. The 24 with the block. Something tells me these guys are going to give us quite the show here in the last 4 laps of this one.
So I got an update on the 16. He took, looks like 2 tires on his second stop. And it was only a 10-second stop. So it must have been a splash and go for the 24. I need to refresh my control panel and get all these streams up that weren't up previously. Now they're up now. They weren't up when the frickin' race started, but now here they are. So I got some catching up to do.
What? How many streams do you got going right now?
Or I just had one, and it was the 48's on board.
But no, how many do you have going at one time right now?
Well, now I got 3. I just opened up 2 others. The 16 and the 24. So yeah, that was a fuel only. And it looks like it's 1 can for the 24 as we're potentially one more lap here in the stage.
2 to go.
2 to go. We're getting close. That was one off, not bad.
Condi retakes the lead and has a car length over the 24, but that just means the 24 can get a good solid run, as he does going into 3. The 43 played it safe. Make sure he didn't cook it on entry. We're coming to the white flag. 1 to go in stage 1. Parley gonna duck it all the way to the bottom. 43 quick to follow. Parley has at least one more shot. He's gonna shoot it way wide out of turn 2, allowing the 43 to stay in front. What will the draft he gets down the back straightaway do? He's going to take the top line. Or at least, no, start top, go low. He has a heck of a run, but had to let off as to not wreck the 43 of Condi. Condi is free and clear. He will come across the line as your stage 1 winner.
I think what Parley was trying to do there, and what he had to do, was catch the 43 by surprise in order to get the run that he needed, but Condi was completely in control and had just about every run covered from the 24, so good job playing defense there by Condi, as he is picking up where he left off last week, getting a stage win after getting the big win last week at Gateway. He's looking to go back-to-back. And he's putting together a pretty good campaign to get that done today.
Wow, and somehow Kari was able to get by the 16 and the 48 and take 3rd.
Yep, so...
Well, Johnny Boy 4th. Hoffman crew finishes in the top 5.
And you got Keith, B-New Stu.
Yeah.
Shack Attack back in 8th place. Yeah, Rick Slick with that speeding penalty puts him all the way back in 11th.
Oh.
So all that hard work from the start, he's got to do all that all over again.
Big Dog Turner, the only car 1 lap down here, so he'll get that back with the lucky dog. So all the cars are on the lead lap here. There's a 24 Parley, the 43 of Condi. The top 3, the same as it was at the start, a little bit more mixed up though, as Condi leads him to green. Breaks away to the lead. Kari being left alone on the bottom. Still keeping the fight going, as it's a hornet's nest behind the top 2. 2 by 2. Throughout the entire field.
We got a run from the 16 and the 55. Up into 4th place, Hoffman crew. They're all picking this 22 off 1 by 1. Not where you want to be if you're the 22 Akari, as he loses yet another spot. The 55, keep it off the wall, and he does so. Kari in the middle of the storm. And there's more to come. Here comes Shack Attack in the 19. 3 wide still. He's still 3 wide, and even more spots lost. Now the 42 gets by. Things going bad to worse for the 22 of Kari.
Oh, I thought we were going to see a wreck. Oh, my
And what
God.
looks like potentially a top 3 car on pace now, deep in the trenches early in stage 2.
How about Keith in the 55? Fought his way up into the top 5 and now runs 4th. Getting help by the 19 of Shack Attack to try and get themselves back up to the top 3.
He was able to hitch a ride to Johnny, as he saw the momentum on the outside where he was going, and he just kind of tagged along, and it paid off tremendously. Plus the bottom lane completely collapsing had a big favor in that, but the top was definitely hauling butt, as now Johnny is looking to go to the inside of Parley for 2nd place here. Keith sticking with him. He saw what Johnny was able to do for him, and he's going to try to see if he can go with him here as well. But now he thinks the momentum is swinging back to the outside as Johnny almost kind of getting left out, but Condi's covering him off as well. Kind of playing tag team with both lanes, keeping them covered, protecting that lead as much as he can. Shackett in the 19's now up into 4th. He's got Hoffman Crew behind him in the 48. Binu Stu in the 42 also in the mix. And then you got the 22 Akari trying to play comeback kid. As whoa, the 48 sideways down the straight. Close call for both him and Stu. As they were bumper to bumper to turn 1, both of them looked sideways there from my angle. But they got it covered. Johnny Boy to the lead in the 16 while that was going on. Him and Parley have teamed up. Got around the 43. He's up into the marbles on the outside.
No.
And now he drops to the back.
Oh, what a good run that Condi was having, too. And we're still not done fighting. The 24 of Parley. Or at least he looked to the inside. The 55 of Keith.
Going for second.
Look at takeaway second. A tremendous. Oh, but now here comes Kari.
Keep it off the wall. Keep it off the wall. Keep it off
keep
each
it
other.
Kari. Oh. Got loose at a 2. Tried to save it. Came back up and got into the 22. Now they're side by side. The 55 will inherit the 3rd spot. As the 22 and the 19 do battle behind them. The 19 comes out victorious and holds the 4th spot. Kari and Rick Slick. Oh, the 43!
Shackett's in the wall!
I think
and hard and out! The 19 is out of the race!
I was gonna say, I think we hit a bad patch. I think they hit a little puddle.
Things go from bad to worse for the 43 who has dropped all the way to the back of this pack. Just barely hanging on to a top 10 spot, and the 19 car. Probably the biggest news of the night. And now he's out. Man.
That is what Kari needed to see. Give himself some leeway here in the points. Extend his lead in the point standings. As we said at the start, only 2 points. I mean, we already finished the stage, so it's spread out because but only 2 points separated the top 2 here in the first round of the playoffs. After 1 race, that gap is now going to quickly grow as the 16. Old Johnny Boy just continues to lead. What a run he's having. Since that green flag pit stop he had in stage 1 where he inherited the lead, he has been up front and holding his own. And the 22, MFF Kari, fighting his way back into the top 5.
Uh-oh,
Oh, no! Lag showers, hits the track. And the lobby dies.
You're kidding me. I didn't even see anything. Oh, we got a close-up on one of the track workers' bright yellow vests shoving up the camera here from that. That's like, oh, it went away.
No!
And Hoffman Crew is your winner, ladies and gentlemen. He's already doing burnout to the Auto Club logo here in the infield. Thought they had the victory lane. Oh, it's right there. He's just past it. I'd be doing it right there if I were him. Yeah, he's the only car left on track as we are looking to have a red flag on our hands. Are you kidding me?
The 48 pulls into victory lane. Oh, whatever happens, we always
So
have
does
fun
this
at
mean he
Phantom.
wins the bounty? How does that work?
So, from what I'm gathering, next one will be a 25%er.
Yeah, I'm kind of dumbfounded right now. Like usually you could tell even from up here in the press box when the lag storms start
Okay.
to roll in. Go ahead.
So this is interesting. So what they're doing is we're running two races, a 13 percenter for stage two, and then a 25 for the final stage.
Interesting.
This is the first for me. I've not yet seen it done like this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the lap distances for either, but
The question
I'm just
is,
glad I'm
will
not
we?
race control because I would not be the one to want to make those decisions.
Oh, Shack Attack is back in. Okay, I was wondering if we were going to see Shack Attack back in.
Yeah, that's good to see because the way he exited the race would have been very
Very
unfortunate.
immediate.
It was very immediate, no kidding. It was right after he hit the wall. Like he hit so hard it took him out of existence. Right, so I don't know, I'm just trying to see if I can get an angle on one of these streams here, if I could get a sight on potential
I'm just
lag
having
here. Oh,
fun
I
with
guess it was
Harley.
from 48 definitely got some damage from looked like either Condi or whoever was in front of him just kind of lagged backwards.
Yep, I saw that bit.
See, I saw that. I thought Condi just kind of hit the wall really hard because I wasn't sure what that was. But
Oh man, Parley, you just can't do it today. Oh, Parley and Spellcheck are not having a good time right now, but they're jumping into this next lobby, and we are being told to join. I think he's cursing at chat. All I
I
know is
have
we're
no
going
idea what you're
green
talking
again.
about right now.
Oh, we're in Snapchat, and he's texting me about
Oh,
what's going on. I'm just making fun of all of his spelling errors.
nice.
And now we let to go green here for what will be a 13% race. This will count towards stage two. The running order will go back to how it was before the 19 left. Oh, and I just saw the 12 go away.
Oh, I haven't even loaded in yet.
Yeah, that didn't last long. Dead. DOR that was. Another fun night in NASCAR Heat 5. Still don't have a release date for the iRacing console. iRacing NASCAR game for next year.
We do have
Well,
one
that's
car
cool.
still on track and pointing the wrong way.
Well, yeah, there's always gonna be that guy that's like, "Yay, I win."
I think his car might be
No,
stuck.
you didn't.
I was gonna say we haven't had anything like this on iRacing, but about like a month or two ago we had constant DDoS attacks against the servers that kept shutting the servers down for like weeks on end, so.
Alright, well, I'm
You know,
gonna use the
compared to
restroom
that,
really
this
quick.
isn't so bad.
No, it ain't. Alright, they're just gonna let the time run? Looks like.
Oops. Clock is running right now. Or
Right now
is
it's
it?
sitting at 37. 27, okay, no, it is
That's
running.
weird. It just froze for like a whole 10 seconds. It did it again. I don't know why it's doing that.
Eh,
That's nice.
yeah, 27 seconds. 12 seconds, so yeah, they're just letting it run down. Okay, now they're going. 6, 5. my...
Oh, you lucky sons of bitches. I was just about to push it. I'm so glad I saw that, otherwise I would have joined by accident.
You would have ruined the whole thing. And it doesn't appear that the 19 is there.
Clicked on the message again.
I already had the invite open. So.
I had it open, then I closed it, and then the message came up.
Oh no, Shaq is in. Okay.
Are we missing anybody?
I think we are. Some people don't feel like dancing tonight.
Also, I think actually, it might have been Big Dog. Big Dog Turner, because I think he was out of the race before all this happened.
I know he restarted stage 2, getting the lucky dog. Got his lap back, so he was on the lead lap.
I remember seeing his car already in the pits when Shack Attack had his problem. So he could...
right now, MFFF though can technically say he leads him to green, but this is a preemptive green. Right now, this is make sure we all don't die. Lap, that'll turn into a pace lap as they enter turn 3. And all looks good from what I'm seeing. So we will set the field as it was at the start of stage 2. Gonna say we should see Shack Attack, as we know that he wants to be as close to the lead in the points as he can possibly be. And with the points gap so tight, if he was to miss out on any of this, it'd be catastrophic for him. But the field lined up. We hit the Geico restart zone. This for stage 2. And we are green. The 16 with a hell of a jump. Both Johnny Boy and the 22.
I think Parley almost jumped the start, and he kind of checked up to prevent that from happening, and everyone on the outside kind of bottlenecked as a result. So good thing for Johnny, though, is he's able to get away from him, and that brings Kari along.
55, unfortunately, drops out of the top 5. He sits 6th. Still in line for a good run, though. The 48 of Hoffman. Inside of the 99 of Rick Select. The 22 took a peek on the 16. Thought he had a run. Had nothing for it. The 43 of Condi trying to make the ground up that he lost due to the lag showers. But we expect to see him back into the top 5 here in the closing laps of this stage. 20 laps. The 43, a terrible turn 4 exit. He will
Well, he got a side swing. The 48 was passing him, and he missed the bottom and basically gave him a hip check. And that shoved him all the way up into the marbles, and he about nearly got the wall as a result. So he's going to try to come back from this. So a bit of a rough outing for the 43 in this second stage, for even before and after the red flag. So if I'm that 43, I know I got a fast race car, probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest car in the field. Just got to keep your head down, kind of analyze where the cars around you are going, and just take advantage of their weaknesses and pick them off one by one. You know you got a fast car, just stay patient.
Right now the 16 allows too much run on the outside. And that gives the 22 the room to take a shot at the lead. And he will take the lead, the 22 of Kari. Back to the point again after a little hiatus of running through the field. But can Parley join him up front? And we'll get the nursery run going.
Oh, trouble!
Rixler!
Condi's around!
Oh, no!
Loops it, 367.20, facing the wrong way. Where is he going? A side drift into the grass. Oh, it's a disaster. And I think he was the only car in that. Maybe the 77 of Ed, though, might have a case for that being a caution, because he lost a ton of time there. I don't know. We'll see once they get back to the line.
The 22 will lead him to it.
Yep.
It is the yellow. They throw the yellow for the 77 and the 43.
Yeah, while that was going on, a lot of shuffling, getting back to the line. B-New Stu in the 42 machine here, this Black Rifle Coffee Chevrolet now up into 4th place.
So that's at least good for the 43 that the caution was thrown. He's caught up to the field now. Everybody will come down pit road. Get the work they need done on their car that is not there, that was there at the end of stage 1, but not there now, as they have yet to pit in this lobby.
I'm trying to figure out what started all of that. Because it seemed like the 43 just kind of had another moment where it just randomly snapped sideways. Like, it's hard to tell from the angle I'm working with right now, but it might have made contact with another car. Maybe there was another lag spike there, because I know Condi's been talking about lag issues. He just upgraded his internet, so this should be settled.
Restart zone will be the start-finish line.
I guess that's the word from race control. I don't know why.
I was gonna say, I don't get it, but
guess maybe maybe the restart zone. I mean, I can't really see it from here right now, as everyone's coming out of the pits. But I mean, the restart zone kind of. I mean, maybe it is kind of hard to spot. Usually they got like a blue strip. But the problem is all the wall is blue, so it's kind of hard to spot it.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to look for it. I never really pay attention to those kinds of details in the moment. Usually they're just there, and I'm just like, alright, here they are, and then I forget about it. I mean, I used to run in leagues where the restart zone would be at the start-finish, so this isn't really uncommon. But it's been a while since I've seen the start-finish be used as a restart line. So yeah, you would see it kind of right there. It blends in. Those lines are kind of hard to spot. There isn't really lines in the track. So I can under the big blue start-finish line's much easier to see. I can understand why they went with that change, even though I wouldn't agree with it, but I can understand it. Kind of makes it easier for everybody.
That way you don't that way you don't pre-jump the start.
Yeah, because that's what Parley nearly did. That checked the whole outside lane up. This time much cleaner.
And look at this, the 42 of B-New Stu, fighting for the second spot, has been running mid-pack this whole race, now finds himself in 3rd. Can he clear the 19 of Shack Attack? He does. The 19 falls in line in 4th, the 16 all the way back to 5th, and now, fighting for it with a 99 of Rick Slick. He wins out on the fight, but the 19 now wants to throw his hat in the top 3. He'll get by the 42 through 1 and 2 and take away the 3rd spot. Now a battle for the lead between Parley and Kari. It looks like with the help, Kari might come away with the win, but Parley fighting hard on the inside. How many laps are we going to see these guys run side by side? This is about half a one. And it looks like Parley going to be the winner of that fight. The 22 lost a ton of time on his entry to turn 2, but he's gaining a ton of momentum on that outside with how he entered the corner. He's just going to ride in line with Parley, not going to take a shot at the lead. The 19 of Shack Attack, though, not down with that plan. He's going to shoot to the bottom of the 22 and try and take away 2nd.
Meanwhile, further back, Be New Stu lost a few spots. He's gotten a side draft from the 77 coming off corner exit. That's going to slow him down. Not what he needs. He's trying to keep up with the slipstream here of this lead pack. He's able to charge the corners a little harder with that, so luckily for him, with all the bunching up here at the front, he should be able to catch this group back up in no time. And with the amount of moving they're doing up there as well, that's going to make it even easier for him, as that gap between him and the 99 of Rick Slick is continuing to close inch by inch.
Yeah, Kari and Shack Attack make contact down the back straightaway before going in turn 3. Maybe some elbows out, but Kari now fighting back on the outside again for the lead on the 24 Parley. He's got a heck of a run through turn 2. Just the run alone, he'll be able to come by and clear the 24. The 24 clears himself with the 16. The 19 is yet again not done fighting here at the front. Looking to take away the 2nd spot from the 24. 24 with a run on the outside. They're still side by side. This fight not done yet. The 99 of Rick Slick trying to move up into the top 4. Holding the top 5 pretty securely. But Kari having to block multiple lanes as he enters turn 3. It's everybody behind him side by side with the 42 trying to close back into this top 5 bout.
Ooh, with the
24
switcheroo.
crosses him over. What a move by Parley, and that'll shoot him to the lead.
Maybe overshot it, maybe, because here comes Kari back again on the bottom. Oh, but they made contact.
Elbows out at the front. It does not help the 24 at all as Kari takes the lead away. What kind of run does Parley have on exit as cars in the back are pitting?
And Condi, looks like he came in a lap prior. He's already exiting now. It's Ed and K2. Gonna try to go off sequence here. Potentially try to gain some track position on this stop, as these guys might kind of play around with it, see if they pit this lap or maybe try to stretch it out a few more. The 19's on the inside, 3 wide. Johnny Boy gets the 2 for 1 down the back straightaway, up back into 3rd place. Be New Stu now on the outside of the 99 and the 19. Will either of those 2 cars come down pit road? No.
We're side by side still for the lead. At least we were for a hot second before the 22 of Condi was helped ever so graciously by the 16 of old Johnny Boy back to the lead. But Parley's so good on the bottom. Had a shot to get back to the 22. The run falls apart, and he loses spots as the 77's around.
I saw that go. He got loose on the apron. He had just come out of the pits. I don't know if it's ice down there, but his car was just completely out of control. So not the stop he wanted.
No. 19, 3 wide for the lead. Parley shoots to the lead.
They cautions out again.
Oh, caution. Yeah. Alright, I'm glad you said that before I kept going, because that would have been
I was wondering what that was, because there was another car that Ed made contact with when he spun back onto the racing surface, but I forgot who it was, because I was so focused on him, and I kind of cut back to it the last second, so I didn't quite see who it was.
Oh, was it the 3 of K2?
I'm not sure, because K2 pitted with him, I think.
Because I know I saw a car shoot to the bottom when I looked at him. But yet another yellow flag flies here in stage 2. Unlike what we saw in stage 1 where it went green the whole way, this one's turning into a haymaker. The 77 and the 3 just pitted, so they do not need to come down. The 43 taking his, waiver out. No, Lucky Dog, I think he was the only car lap down, I would believe.
Looks like that other car was Hoffman crew that was involved.
I was gonna say it looked like someone in a white ride, but
yeah, this car just kind of went in the worst possible direction where Ed was in comparison. Just kind of a bad break there. It could be a good opportunity for... I don't know what this will do for... You know, the cars that just pitted under green... I mean, they were waiting for everyone else to come down pit road. I think that K2005, I think, had to take the wave around. So old Johnny Boy looks like he had a faster pit stop than the 22. 'Cause he just barely came out ahead of Kari. It was like by a nose hair between the two, and it looks like they gave it to the 16. So old Johnny Boy back in control as the rest of the field catches back up.
And we look to get to the start-finish line, which is now the restart zone. And the 16 leads him to it. And he gets a heck of a start. The bottom doing great on restarts as the 16 clears the 22. The 24 does as well as all the help on the bottom. The 22 tries to force his way down to the 42. Saves it, but oh, not what he wanted to see. He was fighting for the lead before that caution came out. And now old Johnny Boy leads with the 24 and the 19 right behind him side by side. He's right now 6 laps to go. Parley crossing him up. We know how good he is on the inside. And he will easily clear the 16 and get about a half a car length on him. But what will happen on the exit of 2? Parley so good on entry, but that leaves the exit open, and the 16 happy to take a ride. He'll shoot to the bottom of Parley. Keeps it steady. Painted on the white line for about most of that corner, and that leaves him side by side with the 24. Oh boy,
right
3
to the
wide.
middle. Hello. Turn 1.
Oh, we've seen how much 3 wide
Nobody's
has or has
giving.
not worked.
Nobody's gonna give. There's an opening for Shack Attack to make it 4 wide. He doesn't take it. That door got closed shut. He's gonna go to the outside.
Oh, thank God,
And
dude.
here comes Condi. He's back into the picture. 3 wide again. He's on the bottom now.
No plan around. Is Condi trying to make up for lost time? The 22 trying to get himself back to the top 3. The 16 trying to just get back to where he was, which was leading. He's fallen all the way to what was 5th, now fighting back on the inside of the 43. And now will fall back again to that, now potentially 6th, depending on the 99. What a shakeup here at the front. What does the 19 have for the 24? As we got 3 to go. And the 22 Akari fighting back on the outside of the 19. Has the outside run. A little help from the 24 and mostly the 43. As Parley so good on entry, trying to break away from these two. The exit still leaves the gap there. The 19 has a good run through the tri-oval. 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. The 19 could really use that stage win right now to really help bolster his point standing. But here comes the 22 to his inside. He was right there on the bumper.
Oh, no.
The 19 and the 22 make contact.
Oh, and it's Domino. Rips around and hard.
1 to go. And in a race to the line, there's no save in the 99. The battle now for the 22 and the 24. Watch out for the 19 there in 5th. He's fighting hard on the outside. The 22 peeks to the outside of the 24. Can he get the run he needs?
Oh, Shaq's on the
19's around.
Oh, no.
The
24
over the block. Parley wins stage 2.
We had 2 cars in a pretty good seat to get some stage points. Just get completely gone with the wind. Those last, the last lap pretty much. The 19 and the 99. The 99 did salvage something though. He comes across the finish line in 9th place. Shack Attack not so lucky. As he gave it his all, but that puts Hoffman Crew in the top 5 once again. That's back-to-back top 5 for both stages for the 48, if I'm not mistaken.
55 in the bird's eye in 6th.
So the rundown is Parley, then Kari, then Johnny, then Condi. They all rhyme. And Hoffman and Keith and K2 and B New and Rick and Ed. That's your top 10. And now it's up to the 19 of Shack Attack to come back from this. What has been a eventful race for the 19 car for all the wrong reasons. And maybe some right reasons. He did get to go to the front for a bit, so he knows he's got a fast car. But every time he's gone up to the front, it's been kind of dashed away for, you know, stuff out of his control. Because I think they're going to keep this lobby here. I just backed out of it so we can jump back in when they get started again. The final stage will be 50 laps.
Oh, the radios are ablaze.
I can imagine. I mean, they were getting really
Because even
physical.
before that,
It was kind of a
they
bloodbath up front.
were some more blood between Kari and Shack Attack.
That's why I kind of reacted, because I knew kind of the tension between those two drivers in particular, and they've kind of made it public in our post-race chats.
Mm-hmm.
Races ago, I was hoping that would kind of simmer down, but once those two kind of kept going side by side with each other and hardly giving each other any room, they were taking the white flag, and that's kind of the domino effect that nearly ruined Rick's race, was that kind of those two getting together. So I imagine they're probably going to take a minute. I can tell you probably got an ear in race control right now. I don't have it on
Yeah,
for good
so...
reason.
Yeah. Nope, so what we're going to be doing is 25% of the first lap, the preemptive green, they're going to come down pit road and make the adjustments that were made on their car under the last yellow. Or at least get it to where it was after that last yellow flag pit stop. And then they're going to come around and take the green to start stage 3.
Shout out to Silliest Wiener,
Oh
who is hosting a lobby at Texas right now, 23 laps. Angry
God,
Beaver
where
and
is
Cookie.
Oh, please tell me I can find this name. Oh, I found Cookie and Angry Beaver.
You should
Oh,
be able
there's
to...
Silliest Wiener.
There you go.
Ah, it's
What
a
was
YouTube page.
the butt guy earlier? I don't see him hosting a lobby anymore. That kind of makes me sad.
No.
It's always the weird names you always see on this game are always the ones hosting.
Yeah, I love it. I just love Assassin Skeletor. I just love Silliest Wiener. Oh my god, that's so funny. Death Clock MK2, that's fun. Hickey Fam, oh no.
Hickey Fam! Shout out to Hickey Fam hosting a lobby at Daytona.
Then as well. And for those of you who've stuck along this long, we appreciate you greatly. I don't even know how many people are watching right now. 4! Oh, you guys are some brave souls. And keeping up in the chat.
All 4 of you, each individual viewer, a handshake.
Or how about a crisp high 5?
That too.
Nice Deadpool crisp high 5.
As you can see, the speedometer in turn 1 is measuring 206 mile-an-hour wind speeds. It seems pretty treacherous for California.
I do know the runs down the back straightaway are going to be chaotic with that.
I miss the days when these cars would actually go 206 into the turns.
Yeah. So right now, everybody getting their running order they were in at the end of the last stage.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that yet. I think they're going to do that after they go down pit road.
Well, just so that way when they go into pit, it'll be an actual, like...
They were pretty close with each other. I mean, you guys still got a pit. Oh my god.
Oh, that's not how you do it. Oh. Never mind, we figured it out. Okay.
You know, I did a watch party with my friends. We rewatched the 2015 IndyCar race here. Which is probably one of the last great IndyCar oval race ever. And the last one ever held at this track. And it was a small
Huh.
field because it was 2015. The car counts were terrible back then.
Yeah.
But so half the pit was used. The pit line was like well past the normal entry of pit road.
Yeah.
So guys were sending it in just about as much as Hoffman crew did there. Like, that's not far off to what they did back in 2015. But yeah, it was a great race, but there's no way they were going to do that, especially considering that race was still fresh off what happened at Vegas in 2011. Yeah, so there's no way they were going to do that one again. Gotcha. Hoffman, what did I tell you? No texting and driving. Put the phone down. Oh, we're up to 8 people now. Damn it, I gotta give more high fives. Oh, contact being made, and we haven't even gone green yet. So this looks like it is the running order.
Didn't say my cat just felt like chasing something. I'm like, oh, please tell me it's not a mouse. But I'm not seeing nothing, so I think he's just crazy. He's just crazy. But yes, to all 8 people, 5 people now that are in here, yes, definitely a crisp high five to all. Is now I gotta figure out where everybody is to find their car numbers. Is Harley will lead them to
the line.
Now green flag. And a shaky start by those on bottom. If the 22 had any help at all.
Oh, Condi looked like he missed a shift or something. Maybe had it in the wrong gear because he stacked up everybody behind him. And he's going to lose a ton of spots in just the first 2 turns.
The 19 looking to rebound as well from his mishap at the end.
And missed out on stage points in stage 2.
Mm-hmm. Elbows out. It's the playoffs, baby. Every point matters. And the 48 of Hoffman looking to had a shot at the lead off of 1. Couldn't make it happen. As Rick Slick, what a job he's been doing today. He's kept that 99 in the top 5 for a good portion of today's racing.
Yeah, this race is still full of surprises. How about this one for a change? Hoffman crew to the lead in turn 1. He's setting up Parley. He's going to have it here, but he's not going to be able to clear him.
He's going to drift up with the 24. He'll have to let off to keep himself from getting into both the 24 and the wall. That gives Parley the run he needs to get himself back ahead of the 48, but not cleared yet. Now he is as they go through 3 and 4. The 19 now behind the 22. We know there's some emotions going on between those two. We'll see if they'll be able to keep those in check, at least until the race is over.
Tight squeeze there. The 48 clears himself, gets back in line. And he's a new guy, though. He hasn't seen much of the front in these Phantom races for his 2 starts. And this is the first time. And now he's going to go to the lead, albeit with a little bit of contact from Parley. He's not going to have it for long. Here comes Kari. Here comes Rick. 3 wide there, 3 wide behind them. Oh, my goodness. This is about as close as it's going to get here in Auto Club. It's Kari, it's Rick Slick down low. Hoffman occupying the top. Rick Slick gonna give everything he has on the inside lane. Gives him a little bit of contact down the back straightaway. Maybe Johnny Boy tries to peek his nose underneath the 99, goes for the lead here, but doesn't quite have the run. And Parley and Hoffman, we're running 1-2. Now Parley barely hanging on to the top 5, the 48 sinking back in the running order.
Ooh, the 24 backs up the corner, and unfortunately
K2's
backs
on
up
the
whole
apron,
inside.
and around he
K2
will
in
go.
the 48. That might be a run to the yellow 2-car incident, we'll call it. But look at the 99 up front and in the lead.
3 wide again.
Could be leading them to a yellow, but we'll see. Is there 3 wide behind the 2 wide battle for the lead?
I think Kari's gonna get him here. Yep.
And it is a yellow. I'd have a harder time figuring out who was ahead in that three wide battle. I think it was the 19.
I was looking at the battle for the lead.
That's what I was looking at. I'm just guessing.
They'll figure it
No, the
out.
43. As we know that Kari was in front of the 99 by probably a blonde hair.
Everything NASCAR you forget every single week. I don't want to hear it. How many to go?
There is
43.
undetermined
42.
amount because I'm not looking at a live
I
stream.
can't count. I was far behind. I was looking at the stream, but it was like a minute behind. Because every time I switch tabs, it pauses, and I hate that it pauses. And I gotta refresh it every single time.
Yeah, right now it's only 9 laps. You're in what is technically the final stage. As they actually threw an in-game caution. No, sorry, no, it's just a manual caution. I'm just tired and looking at the pits, so I thought it was an in-game.
Hoffman, put the phone down. Parley, god damn it. Focus on y'all's races, come on.
Hey, I mean, if Parley wants to come in and talk nice about us, I mean, who are we to stop him, right? Like...
I mean, fair enough. They're on pit road. I'll allow it if they're on pit road.
I was going to say, I'll let anybody come in and talk nice about us for however long they want to. Send us flowers. I'll give you my home address. I don't give a shit. Right now, nothing really changed except for the 24 losing a butt ton of time on pit road. Not even inside the top 5 as the 19 jumps that up. We will come back to 11 laps, the start of lap 11. We're getting ready to go green. The 22 leads the 99 of Rick Slick. Kari jumps to the lead.
Oh,
the 48
goodness.
tries to take it all the way low. They take him into the grass, and he's forced to back off.
I think he jumped the start, and the guys on his outside said, "Nuh-uh, get back in line." In iRacing, that'd be a penalty.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be fine here.
Yeah, no way to track it.
And back in the hunt, TCR Condi.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
Yeah, he's saying the same thing.
Probably longer than he wanted, but here he is.
Man, finally back.
Now let me stay here.
Yeah. This car is probably about the cleanest of anyone in the field right now. The 19 fights his way up to third after starting in fifth. The 24, Parley, not having the same success right now as he's fighting for what looks to be the 6th or 7th position.
Ooh.
And going elbows out with the 55 of Keith.
That was elbows and ankles.
Yeah, 43 shoots to the bottom, gets by the 22, comes up a lane to block the run. The 22 will fall to second, able to come up in front of the 19 to keep himself there. But move Condi back to the lead after a whole stage plus hiatus. He's back where we've seen him for most of stage one. The 22 more than willing to just work with him a little bit and break away. The 24 though, massive loser of that last pit stop is now he is behind all that, sitting in what is the 8th position, the 9th position, sorry. I love how I tried to guess what his position was when I had the stream open. That was bright of me. Now we have 15 laps completed here in the final stage. The 19 starting to lose ground on the 22 and 43. He was in a fight with a 99 there for a hot second when they crossed the line. Now it's broken back away and takes the 3rd spot back to himself. And you see that the gap, that the different groups have formed. The 2 out front, the 4 in the middle, and the 2 running behind them. Parley and Hoffman is 24 trying to get by the 48 and get himself back up to what is the 7th position. 35 to go. Now MFF Eto joins that, so it's a group of 3, but back up at the front is still the 43, but the 19 is closed back in. About a car length away.
That was a lot of ground made back up. I was going to say the breakaway for the top 2 was something we haven't really seen all night long. And it was pretty short-lived because the 19 is already back to them and more. He is downstairs for 2nd place and maybe for the lead. But problem is he's the only one down there and the momentum is all the way up to the top.
Tries to squeeze them, but can't stick it. Has a lane underneath the 99, but can't do it as the momentum is with them. He'll stick with the 4th position. And the 43 continues to lead, and the 22 continues to ride on his tail. As Parley's hoping for another caution. Try and bring himself back up to this lead group. The 99 of Rixlick looks to see if he can get a run to the inside of the 43 and 22. With help from the 19. Oh, but unfortunately the 19 chooses to go to his outside and drop Rixlick 2 spots to 5th. The 19 gonna try his shot again. Can't stick it that time. Stays in the 3rd spot. These 2 up at the front are gonna be incredibly difficult to pass without help. 43 this time. Shoots down to cover the run from the 19. That allows them to stay side by side behind them. The 22 and the 19 Kari and Shackett. Ooh, Condi!
Yeah, don't want to do
Little
that while
high.
leading.
Yeah, no, we don't want any heart attacks up at the front. Ooh, the 43 cuts down to block a run from the 19. Unfortunately, and he actually comes up and blocks the run from the 22. Can he get back down for the 19? He has the room, but the momentum with the outside, so that's where he stays.
Trying to cover all bases.
Taking that car as wide as possible as that 43. Now the gap again to third. Kind of wish Parley pulled up his timing and scoring so that way I could see the gap between him and those behind him, or those in front of him.
Well, the gap between him and Binu Stu looks like it's about 2 seconds. If I were to guess.
2 seconds, yeah, to Binu Stu in the 42.
And his group's outnumbered. He's got a fast car to tow them along, but...
I mean, the fact that it's only 2 seconds, though, is actually pretty good.
Ooh, the 99. Looked like he got loose there.
Loose.
He did. He could be signaling, though.
24, I just saw a signal that he was going to be coming down this time.
That was a signal. Rick Slick entering pit road. He's been pushing the envelope on pit entry. I think he might have pushed it again there.
I think so.
Parley, on the other hand, I don't know. Maybe he did too, because he closed a lot of time on the 99. Brings the 77 of Ed, though, with him.
And I think we did. I think judging by the vocal tone I just heard, that is a pitting penalty by the 24. Parley.
And here comes
Now
this
here
group.
comes the rest of the field.
That was, I believe, a pit road penalty for maybe all three of them. If Parley got one. No, Parley didn't get one, but the 99 did.
Oh, okay. I just heard someone
And I
just
think that's
like
who
go,
that was.
ah, fuck. And I'm like, it sounded like Parley, so that's why I said it was Parley.
Man, Rick was pushing the envelope on pit entry since stage
Oh,
one,
yeah.
and it paid off for him in a tremendous way the first stop. But I think that's about all she had there.
But we'll see, though. We've seen the short pit work before. Everybody coming off at pit road right now. There's the 24. Comes into turn one. He might be able to get back with that lead group. I think he is. I think he'll be right in line with these guys. Able to get right back to their draft and able to fight for the lead again.
Just closing on 42 bumper. This is exactly what Parley needed. Even with a 1 lap disadvantage on those tires, this will pay off for him in a tremendous way.
Yeah, especially at the lead guys up front want to go 2 to 3 wide here for a little bit. It's going to be 3 on guys going 3 wide.
Kari, there was a hole that was closing and he forced it open on the outside.
And the 19 more than happy to go with him as the momentum. Well, actually, he's probably not more than happy to go with him. It's just kind of what he's got to do. Kari move him back to the lead with the help of the 19. But the 43 not done yet. He is fighting back on the inside. And the 43 takes it back. As don't look now, that group of 3 has closed in. The 42, the 24, and the 77 of Ed, though.
That was a good call by Ed to pit with Parley. Guess Parley wasn't the only one to benefit. Binu down low. 2 for 1. Kari gets muscled out of the way by Binu Stu for second place. And things are continuing to get physical up at the front. Every single car is dented front, back, left, and right. There's not a single clean car on track right now.
Yeah, right now, Shack Attack, the winner out of all that. He jumps to second. 43 able to keep his spot in the lead. That is not without a challenge now, as Shack Attack had some room between him and those behind him.
Well, the 42 and 77 got into a grudge match. Binu Stu got into the wall, exiting 2. Ed decided to make a pass on him. He overshot entry, and Binu crossed him over, and that slowed each other down.
And unfortunately did not help the 77 event, though, as he drops way off of this lead group.
Yeah, it didn't help either of them, as got Parley kind of hanging back there in 5th place on his 1 lap older tires, but still a huge net gain from that pit stop for both him and the 77. But it's TCR Condi who has been on an uphill incline to get back up to the front. It's been a long battle to get back up here. And here he is in the closing laps. But this battle is not over yet.
Yeah, look at the run the 16 of old Johnny Boy got going into 1. Had a run through the tri-oval. Still side by side with the 19, but unfortunately can't make it happen, and he'll lose 2 spots. I feel like we're not done fighting up here yet. The 22 looking to get by the 16 to move himself up to the 3rd spot. Might be able to do that here in 1 and 2. And he will. MFF Kari back to 2nd. And why is it that when you got 2 drivers with bad blood, they just can never get away from each other? I think deep down they secretly like each other, but I'm going to go with that's probably unlikely. Because they love working with each other, as the 22 peeks to the inside, the 19 cuts that off. Leaves the 22 back to 3rd. So we have 20 laps to go. And 1 more green flag pit stop as the 20 tried to undercut the 19, did it late, hit the bumper, and shot him up into the wall. Falls back, or stays in 3rd, unable to take the run that he had. You could put a blanket over the top 5 right now. Nobody else in contention here with these guys.
A 4th place trade-off between Parley and Johnny. And Johnny let him have that one off too, and Parley just getting closer to getting back up to the front. Kari hits the wall.
Oh!
And that'll be another one picked up for the 24.
Oh, and here comes the 16 again. Can he do something with the inside? The 19 of Shack Attack to the lead. Clears the 43 through 1 and 2. And the 19 out front. And still, you could just put a blanket over this top 5. We got 18, now 17 laps to go. And I believe still that one last pit stop to get him to the end.
Well, we got this group right here. Rick Slick in the 99. Working with Keith and K2. Not the finish he wanted for what was looking like a good race for him. And the 16 of Johnny Boy is now on pit road.
So is the 42.
Classic short pit from the 16. He's used to doing this. It's worked for him earlier. Can he do it again?
I was going to say, we've seen it work. Question is, how well will it work here? And could it potentially get you the win, as only 2 cars signal, the 43 and the 22. I did not see go to the bottom. It was just the 24 and the 19. So varying strategies here at the end, but when it's for the win, you do what you have to. As Parley overtakes the 19 on entry. And that could make all the difference in the world in that outcome. But right now, the 43, your race leader with the 22, Akari, in tow in second. They're not ducking low. They're going to stay out another lap. Oh my, the strategy. They're running the tillage dry. They have to come down this time, because I was seeing tire lights on Parley's car. These guys knowing they can work together to make up for the time they're losing to those on the fresher tires. The 22 signals low. I don't see the 43 signal low.
And here's this race out of the pits, the 24 and the 16. Johnny Boy's gonna barely cycle out ahead of Parley, but...
Oh, here they come. 43, 22 down this time. And the 19, the biggest loser out of that pit. I told you that that overtake on entry might have catastrophic or might have a considerable outcome, and it does. Meaning the 19 does not have the draft of the 24 or the 16 that are in front of him. Means his day comes down to this pit stop between the 43 and the 22. And whether or not one of them has a bad enough pit stop to put him back there with him. The leaders leave pit road. They are definitely going to get overtaken by the 16 and the 24. This is what the 19 needed to see, is some people to work with.
Yeah, that's a huge relief for Shack Attack.
He'll just...
Oh, I don't know about that, though.
He'll just go quick to helping out the 43. The 22, now the low man on the totem pole. He doesn't have anybody to work with. And you best believe those up in front of him are not going to be receptive of trying to do that. So, or trying to fall back. But what a job by the 16. Came down again for the short pit. Puts him out in front ahead of the 24. As the gap between Parley and Condi is over a second and a half. And
Johnny's pitting again. Kari's pitting again. I think these guys have to pit one more time. That wasn't the last stop.
Oh boy. That's going to shake it up a bit. We saw this a lot last year from the Pro-Am, especially with Flash immediately coming down when he had to make multiple green flag stops. Just come in, go out and just come back in again. Not run very many laps in between. We've seen it work for him. As Parley will come down for his last stop of the race. He gets it down to speed.
Kari exited ahead of the 16. That's, I'm assuming, a 2-tire stop, maybe less. I'm going to say that's a fuel-only stop because Johnny took right sides, and he was ahead of the 22 on entry.
Well, Kari gonna take the gamble that 2-lap older tires are gonna be good enough to just get him to the finish. We'll see where
Parley was speeding!
No!
His race is over!
I thought that's what I saw out of him. But Kari's going to have a massive lead over the 19 and the 43 who are gapped between each other. And the 24, and unfortunate, but the 42 of Binu.
Yeah, he just pitted
16.
a few laps prior to these guys.
Yeah, but does that mean that he's already completed his green flag pit stops, or does he still need to do that one more?
I think he has, though.
Is that Kari has in a massive lead.
Now, what do you do if you're Johnny? The 42 might not have the quickest car. He's got the oldest tires.
I was going to say, like, can the 22 hold on for 10 laps, though?
Condi and Shaq side by side.
Not very long, though. Condi makes quick work of the 19, goes on by. 16 and the 42 trying to work together here. Doesn't look like the 42 is trying to go low. So it looks like he is just in the fight, and the 22 is just running qualifying laps. He's running whatever line he deems fastest. He's got to hold on for 8 more laps, 8 more times around Auto Club.
Meanwhile, we still have some cars that have yet to make their final stop, chief among which the 48 car. Hoffman Crew scored as the leader. He did this prior. He was the one to try to stretch it out farther than everybody else, hoping for maybe a late race caution. But right now, he's currently scored as the leader. He still needs to make his final stop.
As the gap between the 22 and the 43 looking like it's about a full straightaway. Because I can't really use Parley's stream for that.
Nope.
The 16 has his timing and scoring up. That'll definitely paint a better picture. Yeah, about half the tri-oval. The gap right now, 7 to go. Kari has every appendage on his body crossed that his strategy will pay off. Half a straightaway gap. And this isn't like Talladega like we saw last week, or at Talladega where we ran, where we saw some pretty hefty gaps close quickly. Unfortunately, you do have to worry about corner entry here at Auto Club as the gap stays relatively the same, maybe a tenth or two closed as 6 to go. They are not closing in enough on that 22 for me to feel confident in saying they can actually get to him. And right now, the battle is just between these guys as Condi still leads that group of 3-4 cars.
Yeah,
That
and
just can't
kinda,
stay together.
That's tough. In the closing laps, you want to be racing each other. You want to try to get every position you can. But unfortunately, you have to work together. The win is out of the picture right now, unless you work together and maybe something happens, but yeah, you're kind of stuck in a train right now. But, oh, Johnny's out of line here, just briefly. Now, I'm watching the 48 car here, and I don't know. He's really trying to stretch it right now. Because he's still in the lead, 4 to go. He is half a track ahead of the 22. And I haven't been keeping track of how many stops he's made. I mean, he's He was in the picture early in the stage, did get to lead for a brief moment, but he wasn't really up there with these guys after the first stop. So I don't know if he went off sequence in between then or not, but we know these guys are good to go, but the 48 currently scored as the race leader. Got a big question mark there. And ever since we first implemented the pit rules in this league, I don't think we've ever had a single driver not make their required stops. Up, the 48's in now. So that'll give the lead back to the 22. So that'll be Kari's win in the bag, and the race is going to be on for second place here. Yeah, they're just not closing in enough, if any. The 22. Like, incredible stop. He gained so much time on everybody. What a job by this 22 car. That's probably one of the things that I think he needed to work on was pit strategy. And he's outclassed everybody on that front, so you can check that box right off.
I was going to say, I don't know how long I've been muted. I've been trying to cover up my coughs for a little bit because I'm having an absolute coughing fit right now, which is annoying as hell, but...
Yeah, these guys are down to the wire on fuel, though. They took as many as they needed. Johnny is good to go by a lap.
Well, we're on the white flag. I want to say the white flag, yes, this is the last lap. So Kari, as he comes down the backstretch, he will be your race winner as he comes out of turn 4. If he doesn't blow a tire, he's going to run the wall. He's going to run the grass. He doesn't care. He wins.
Oh, Shaq gets around.
Oh, no, and
Condi's
Shaq
coming to a
attack.
stop. What is going on? Everybody crashing, spinning, spontaneously combusting at the line.
And that means that the winner, or second place, goes to Johnny. Third to Binu.
Wow.
Shaq Attack finishes 8th. And Condi finishes 6th.
Oh, Shaq Attack slipped in the butter again. He was on the apron again, just like he was earlier.
Oh, an unfortunate
no.
turn. Tried too hard to get into the top to improve his position. Pushes it to the point of no return. Taking what could have been a top 3 to just barely a top 10.
And while that happened, I think the 43 ran out.
I
don't know if he got stacked up from that spin by the 19, but his car just never got back going again. So I think Condi ran out of gas. Because that was a concern. I was watching Johnny's fuel. I'm like, okay, he's good to go. Kari might have a big lead. That could be a question, but obviously that wasn't a concern for him. Maybe he had a tire go down. I don't know. Because he had to have taken no tires with the amount of time that he gained. But he was able to hold on to it too. That's what surprised me. Like, if that was a no tire stop, it's like there was no fall off for him whatsoever. Like, he was able to build that gap and keep it all the way to the checkered flag. So I gotta figure out if that's actually what the call was, because that's impressive.
It was no tires. I just heard over the intercom that it was.
That is impressive as hell.
As right now the top 3 looking to join in. B-News Stu, Kari, and I think all is. Oh crap! Who was the?
You got the Echo. Hello, Echo.
Yeah. Old Johnny boy's coming.
Definitely not.
Oh, Johnny boy. Yeah.
Alright.
So I think it was B News Stu that finished in the third position. There's old Johnny Boy. Now we can get it underway. I was gonna say, Timmy, do you think you could do third and second, and then I'll do the leader, just so
Yeah.
that way I can mute myself, so that way I don't have to go into a coughing fit again.
I got you, brother. Don't you worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is your post-race coverage here for the Phantom Playoffs here at Auto Club Speedway. And B-News Stu, my man, snuck his way onto the podium at the very last second. Welcome back to the booth here for another podium finish. Man, that was quite the race there from start to finish for not just you, but for everybody. It looked like you had the short pit there on the last stop. You can correct me on that if that's not the case, but you were able to get back up there with those guys, and kind of everything else around you. You were able to pick up a podium. Just walk me through a race, describe it to me, because it seemed like it was pretty hectic.
Yeah, first stage there, car was a little taut, so I had to get some adjustments in, and we had those lobby issues, obviously, and came back out there in the second stage. We didn't make any adjustments before we started, so I had to kind of fight through that tightness again. And we finished pretty good there in stage 1 and 2, and then we came back out for that stage 3, and yeah, totally had to short pit on basically all 3 stops there. I think on the first stop I had a really good entry and caught back up with them, but some issues just throughout the run kind of made me lose the pack on those next 2 pit stops. So yeah, I opted to kind of do the short pit. And then there at the end, I knew those guys were probably going to have a little fresher tire than I did with the way I pitted. And kind of just waiting, I had a little bit of a run here and there. I was just trying to pick off 2 cars so I could get up here in the booth. But I came down there to the end. I'm not really sure what happened between the 19 and the 43, but I don't know. Moses kind of just parted it for me, and I slipped through there. And honestly, I really needed these points. Yeah, I really needed these points because I had to miss WWT. So, I put another third on the board in my second start here. So, appreciate that. Appreciate you guys letting me race. For the most part, pretty good race from everybody and everybody racing around me. I mean, racing's racing. Some stuff happens here and there, but overall, real good race. Can't be mad at it. Auto Club being one of my better tracks anyways. Shout out to Kari on that strategy that he had. He had a whale of a lead there, and 4 of us kind of working together. Didn't really cut down on him too much, so good looks on him with that strategy. And thank you guys here in the booth and everybody who's got everything going on here. So greatly appreciate it.
You said it yourself. You were able to get the points that you needed after missing last week, and this is only your second race in this league, but it's your first one on, I guess you could say, a non-super speedway, even though Auto Club kind of races similar to one, but it's very much not like Talladega. Now that you got kind of a gauge on like where you kind of match in the competition, like how do you feel confidence-wise heading into these future races here?
Yeah, definitely. Charlotte, mile and a half track next week. I feel real comfortable on mile and a half, so I would honestly say that's probably my better tracks. And so I'm real excited to see what Charlotte holds. As far as, just been racing the last few, with these guys, I feel like I sit pretty good. I would say I'm a top 5 car probably every week, just depending on how the cards fall. So, yeah, I look forward to the rest of this playoffs. Hopefully I can overcome that WWT. I was really looking for a win here to kind of just push myself into that next go, but nonetheless, some much-needed points here. 4 big stages at Charlotte next week, so it's kind of like a little bonus point race there for me. So I need to do really good in all the stages there at Charlotte. But yeah, overall, competition's really good. It's tough, and I just look for myself to hopefully stay in the top 5s.
Well, there you have it, man. Congratulations on the podium. I'll hopefully see you do that again next week.
Yes, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was your 3rd place finisher, B-News Stu. And now, if I could find, there we go, 2nd place here, old Johnny Boy, you in the booth?
Yes,
you got a copy? There you are, my man, 2nd place. You look like you had a race-winning car for brief moments. I mean, a lot of guys were up at the front back and forth, but you especially, you were able to, I noticed you were also kind of short pitting a lot, and you were able to make that work quite a bit. But there you got second place there. What more do you feel like I mean, it looked like the 22 took no tires, and I think you took 2 tires, if I'm not mistaken
Yeah.
there. Was
Yep.
there any thought that maybe that might have been a consideration, or were you just going to be hard set on 2 tires?
Yeah, I was gonna get 2 regardless. I didn't even look at no tires, to be honest with you.
Mm.
That second stage when we had to redo it because of the lag issues, I had a feeling I could have won that one. There was only like 3 of us up there. We had a pretty good sized lead. That didn't work out. I knew when we restarted that, my chances went down, and they did. But it was all right. That's a pretty good race. I've been waiting all year to talk to you, Tim.
Well, glad to have you up here, my man. And a
Yes,
really
sir.
good finish. It's huge. Good points night. Charlotte next week gonna be even a bigger points night if you show
my
up.
favorite track.
Exactly, and that's
my favorite racetrack.
and like Stu pointed out, there's a lot more points up for grabs just by showing up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't even need to ask. You seem pretty confident already about next week.
Yeah, I love that track. I don't with these cars. I'll have to work with the setup a little bit more, but it's pretty good as it is. I've raced with the same league last year with it, so did pretty good. I was up there with the leaders the whole race.
Well,
See
look
what
forward
happens.
to see what you can bring next week. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Timmy.
Old Johnny Boy, second place here at Auto Club.
Now, now that I think I've solved my issue, we move to the race winner, the 22 of MFF Kari. Kari, have his ears on.
Yo.
His mic is
Hello?
low, but he is here.
Is that better a little bit?
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
But congratulations on another win, man. Like, your season is one of the best I've seen you run, if not the best I've seen you run. Walk me through this race, man. You were up and down, in the lead, in the back. You were on a roller coaster today.
So, first stage, well, the objective, you know what I mean to say. Yeah. So, yeah, my race plan coming in tonight is, stay ahead of the pack, get some good points. Look, we did that tonight. First stage, just smooth. It was fun racing, side by side, 3 wide. It was fun racing. Second stage, and I look forward to not getting any penalties because, most of the time when I'm having a good race, I mess it over by getting the penalties. So luckily I didn't. I was just calm, patient. Well, I wouldn't say patient, but a little aggressiveness. But didn't mean for no mistakes to happen with Shackett. So my bad about that. And third stage, I pitted, tried to follow the 43's race plan, but he got ahead of me because he has that first arm all the way in the back, so he got a little advantage. And Shackett passed me. He went to go help Condi, and I pitted the next lap to try to get a lead. And I went to the pits, took no tires, took a half a can of fuel, and just hope for the best. And we pulled it off tonight.
I was going to say, if hoping for the best means that you had a half a track lead against everybody, yeah, here's to hoping. Because that was the best pit call I've seen, or at least one of the best pit calls I've seen all year. Like, that was the right call at the right time. You got out to a lead that nobody could catch. Like, were you even surprised, like, at the gap you had over those guys behind you?
Yes, I was so surprised. I didn't think I was going to have a 4-second gap. I was like, oh, snap. Okay, I could just be patient, be calm, let the car settle through the turns, and not screw over myself.
Yeah, I've run a couple of qualifying laps with it, too.
Yeah, like
So,
38.
I was going to
38,
say, so I know that we have a long one next week at Charlotte. What is your game plan to attacking that to try and get yourself an even bigger advantage heading into the next round, knowing that that's the cutoff race?
Uh, I'm working on a car a little bit, like I did this week. Luckily that paid off, and just be patient. That's really all there is to it, and not get into many mistakes throughout the race. And that's really it. It's really my game plan for now. Unless I want to change it, but
All right, well, hey, man, congratulations on what, your 4th win this season? I think that's where you're at. You already passed a hat trick, so I think you're trying to go for a double. But there's big pictures in mind for the 22 as we look forward to seeing him fight in the next round as he has secured himself officially into the second round of the playoffs. Congratulations, brother.
thank you.
Charlotte's gonna be 200 laps, guys.
Oh, God, and it's
Let's
going to
hope
be
the
2
servers
whole
can hold
hours.
on.
Let's please hope we don't have to do what we did today.
I
I say
commentated
let's
the,
run it 100%.
I commentated
No!
a championship race at Charlotte not long ago, and the race, the lag storms rolled in within the last 20 laps of the race, the final stage, the 4th stage, and we had to start over, and we were almost done after like 2 hours. Yeah, so let's hope that doesn't happen next week. Otherwise,
I'm just glad we're getting the long one done early. All right, but I think that will do it for us here at Phantom. As that was the top 3 you just heard from after what was a hectic, we'll go for a descriptionary word there. We'll go hectic time at Auto Club with the 22 coming out the winner again. And we look forward to seeing what we'll see next week at what will be a bring a gallon of water to an event at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I might bring a snack.
I might bring dinner.
I might be in and out between the race, so expect that.
All right. Well, I don't know if you
gonna-
got. Oh, MFFetto
winning it.
shooting his shot. He's shooting his shot.
I got
Lay it
you.
down.
I love it. I love it. Parley, are you actually gonna make it?
I think so, guys. We'll see how my fiance thinks about it because my engagement party is next week, and I booked a hotel, and a we booked a whole venue at a golf simulator spot. So
Ooh.
that's until 9 o'clock my time, which is an hour before the race.
Yeah.
So we'll see how pissed off she is at me, and if it's not that bad, then I'm racing next week, boys. So,
All right.
but
Well,
if
hey,
not,
just
you know
remember,
why.
hey,
Only
just remember the
imagine
ring's
that
not permanently
conversation.
on your finger yet, so.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know how it is. So
I
we'll
can
see
say
how
that
it
'cause
goes.
my
But I
wife's
mean,
not around
guys,
right now.
yeah, my Charlotte is my favorite track, and I got to play some catch up. So if I can make that. I know I got the fast. I feel like I got the fastest car in the entire in the entire game out of anybody. So, I mean, if I race, I'm expecting to sweep next week. So,
Oh, it's
Don't
gonna
get
be
so
a fight.
so too hard, Parley.
Hawkman says he will keep maple syrup in his car.
I'm confident to sweep next week. Yeah.
Sounds like you put some maple syrup on his tires, making the thing stick.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
All right, but I think this is a good time to end it. Unless Timmy, you got anything else?
I'm racing on Tuesday. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna advertise that because I might suck.
Yeah,
'Cause
whatever.
I sucked
we
last week, so.
support.
After them lag spikes, my pit crew went to bed.
They went to bed.
Yeah, I was getting 15 fours before the lag, and after we switched lobbies, I was getting like 16 twos.
Damn. They were saving their energy for the last one because they know they didn't have to do much.
I mean, all they had to do was put fuel in the car.
Exactly.
All
So nothing
right,
to worry
I
about.
think we'll close out the stream.
Okay, goodbye.